El Salvador, of all places, one of the smallest economies right now in the world, is taking a bold step forward to say, yeah, we're going to embrace this and we're going to make our country, small though it may be geographically, we're going to make it huge financially and resonate around the world. So while most people are focused on the El Salvador news about Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin side, what I think is really cool is something that the president tweeted afterward in the last 24 hours. And that is that they're planning to give immediate permanent residency to Bitcoin entrepreneurs. Now the details are yet to be determined. There may be a threshold in terms of what a Bitcoin entrepreneur means. Likely that will be the case. But it's super cool to see this happen because even a week ago, who would have thought of El Salvador? Who would have put El Salvador at the top of their list of countries to go to escape the COVID nonsense, countries to go to invest in, countries to go to get permanent residency, etc. And this comes on the heels of one of their neighbors, Panama, introducing a change to their residency program, which is going the opposite direction, which is very negative. They're making it a lot more difficult starting at the end of August or towards the end of August, around the 19th, I think it was. They're going to make it a lot more difficult to get residency in Panama, and that's been one of the easiest places in the world to get residency. So with the president of El Salvador coming out and making this huge announcement, which is probably the biggest announcement in Bitcoin's history, the first country that's going to make Bitcoin legal currency, which is amazing, but also that the idea that they want to bring good, smart people who believe in decentralized digital technology, and they want them to come and invest in the country, and they're going to make it easy for those people to come and do that. This is what should be happening. Countries, states, all of them should be competing for the best people, like sports teams. They should be competing to bring the best talent, the most responsible members of society to their countries, not making it more difficult for those people who are responsible and aren't looking to live off the state. So this is such exciting news about Bitcoin becoming potentially legal currency in El Salvador. More than $6 billion a year goes from the US in remittances back to El Salvador. And I absolutely despise Western Union, MoneyGram, these middlemen who take as much as 20-25%. Man, you're working hard, long hours, and you're trying to send money back to your family, and these are taking 25%? No way, no way. And that's what Bitcoin solves. Bitcoin is going to get rid of those middlemen, the gatekeepers. The old legacy financial system is going to burn. And El Salvador, of all places, one of the smallest economies right now in the world, is taking a bold step forward to say, yeah, we're going to embrace this and we're going to make our country, small though it may be geographically, we're going to make it huge financially and resonate around the world because everyone's going to have to wake up and take notice. And already they have countries following them. Paraguay announced within 24 hours of the president of El Salvador's announcement. Someone in Paraguay said, hey, we're going to have a big announcement about Bitcoin this week too, because we're going to follow this path. So cool. I remember when I was living I think I was still in Costa Rica, but I was in Central America a few years ago, probably close to a decade ago now, and there was a lot of talk about building the next Hong Kong West, and building it in Honduras. And there was these plans that were put together, and they were going to basically take an area of Honduras and turn it into Hong Kong. It failed. It didn't end up happening for many reasons. They might have just been too early. And this is something that now the president of El Salvador is aiming to do, whether you're going to call it the Singapore of the West or Switzerland or whatever. They want to build a financial center. They want to build an innovation hub. They want to build something that's going to be part of the future, not clinging to the past. I mean, for me, that's super exciting, and I am absolutely 100% looking at El Salvador now, since I read his tweet, looking for the information, and I will share it with Venturopoli because it's exactly what we're looking to find. And we've actually started a database of countries where you can go and escape this COVID nonsense, but also the new residency changes that are happening. Because there's a lot of people that are looking to get out of where they are, especially in Western countries. And over the next few years, like this isn't gonna go away. Once governments get in power, they tend to keep it for as long as possible. And so this is something that we're gonna have to navigate these turbulent times over the next 3, 5, 10 years. But bright spots. I'm super happy. I had kind of a love-hate thing with it at first because I looked at Strike and they're very KYC heavy. And I believe that KYC, AML stuff, regulation is anathema to the ethos of cryptocurrency, of Bitcoin. The decentralized, censorship-free world that I want to see happen. Regulation, KYC, all that stuff is just, it's the opposite of the philosophy. But I want to give all of these guys the benefit of the doubt and be positive and say, you know what? They're truly looking, it's not gonna be cold turkey. You can't just cut off the financial system. You're gonna become like North Korea or Iran, right? So this is a huge step in the right direction. And so it sucks that a lot of people in the crypto space are shitting on this decision because it's really positive. And if they're going to make a way for Bitcoin entrepreneurs to go and have permanent residency and live in the country and invest in the country and build businesses and have people working for those companies and build the local economy and spend money in the local economy, I mean, what more do you want from a government, right? I'm definitely no fan of government in general, but that's what you want. You want them to open things up, to bring in good people, to build the economy for their local people. And that looks to be exactly what they're doing with this announcement in El Salvador. So it's definitely something that I'm going to be paying very close attention to, and I will definitely be going to check things out. Again, like I said, it's been a few years since I've been there. I did explore the whole country when I was there, but it was probably 8 years ago. So I'm sure a lot has changed. And from everything that I've been reading just the last day, a lot has changed with this new president. He's only 39. And, you know, there's a very different mentality, it seems like, with people who have grown up with digital technology, who've grown up with having social media or gaming and having friends all around the world, even if you've never met them, but you get to know people. That's kind of how I grew up. I kind of was at the very beginning of the millennial generation, but I get all of that, and I've lived my life that way for a very long time, being an expat for like the last 15 years. So it's really exciting to see this kind of positive step in the right direction of, hey, we want good people to come to our country. We want people to invest in Bitcoin, which is the strongest, soundest, hardest money ever created. We want people to come and invest in the decentralized world. This is a government, a sovereign nation government saying this. Now, obviously, they stand to benefit, but still, like, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because it takes massive cojones for him to come out and say this, knowing the history of the US and the CIA and just the activity in Central America, Latin America. I mean, it's pretty cool that he's willing to take the risk of who knows what, sanctions or worse, and say, we're gonna do this. And the dominoes that are going to fall because of this decision, for real, whether it's the US being forced to address it as legal currency now, whether it's simply a matter of other countries like Paraguay and countries in Africa and Asia that follow suit and say, yeah, we're gonna do this too because they see the benefit that comes to the El Salvadorian economy. I think this is gonna be massive news. I think we're gonna look back at this as a monumental announcement, weekend, on the planet going forward over the next few years, as there truly is a fight for sovereignty over ourselves, over our money, over private property, over censorship. You guys are legends. President of El Salvador, Mallers, all of these people who have been working on this, Pomp, Adam Back. It seems like some of the OGs were involved, but it's just cool to see it happening. So I'm really hoping that they do follow through, that they do make a program for Bitcoin entrepreneurs in El Salvador for residency. I think it's going to create a climate. I mean, it's a beautiful country. There's amazing surfing, friendly people. I mean, the culture. I've lived and traveled in the region for a decade and a half. So I'm really excited about the potential and the possibilities for what can happen now in El Salvador. And if they do make residency, I will be sure to have all of the details and share them through Venture because it's definitely something that is right in line with what we're looking to find and share with all of you.